I'm Dr Catherine Crock and I work as a doctor at the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne. My career there started looking after children with leukemia and other cancers. And quite early on, I came to realise how stressful the environment was for the patients and for the families. I spoke to a lot of the families and they said, maybe we could have some music that might help to calm us when we're really anxious about our children's procedures. And out of that grew the Hush Foundation. The idea with Hush 18 was to take some experienced Hush composers who could mentor some emerging up-and-coming composers and together work on a composers in residence in children's hospitals around the country.
Music is an incredibly important part of being in that hospital environment. And in writing these pieces for this CD, we sought the responses of the young people in this hospital school, and they very much helped shape the sorts of ideas that have come into the pieces, and we've really been inspired by their responses.
To me, as a young person in hospital, to make experiences better, I have to say having my family around me. Spending time doing things that I enjoy, like reading or drawing, and honestly listening to music is a way to tune out from everything else around me. So that's another way I like to put myself into a better place than in the hospital.
I think my music is generally quite emotional, and to have the opportunity to change somebody's emotions for the better, like the children we worked with, was so inspirational and such an honour. It was incredible.
This is the first time that Hush has ever worked with the Australian Chamber Orchestra, and we're so delighted to have their ACO Collective on this project with us.
The feeling in the room is such a sort of warm and friendly and let's make the best of this that we possibly can. So it's just such a lovely project to be involved in, and a very worthwhile one as well. Let's hope we can make a big difference.
Hearing the music being played for the first time was actually quite interesting, and I closed my eyes when I was listening to it and I actually saw a story being told. I saw like a story of a person of high strength or something, like along the lines of that. Them going through such a good time and then something stops and it like all goes sort of tumbling down and they have to work themselves back to where they were before. And it was actually quite enjoyable.
Cooper spoke before about hearing a story behind the music, and I did too, but I heard it in a different way. I heard, sorry, it actually makes me quite emotional. It just, the sounds, like the building up and the scaredness and then lightness, you know, that they've come through the other side of a procedure, or it really did, it really touched me in there.
Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
we've seen some fantastic results from the music in hospitals. We have music now in the waiting areas so the children are calm while they're waiting for what needs to be done. And we've also found that that impacts on the parents. So if the children are calm and relaxed, the parents are much more relaxed. Hush music is now played in hospitals all around the country and even around the world. It's in palliative care and aged care, paediatrics, adult care. But the general public have also picked up on it. And I think the reason they have is because this music has been developed for people who are going through some really tough times and some difficult challenges. So it's been carefully crafted for that brief, and therefore it works in everyday life, and it can help anybody who's going through difficult times in their own life experience.
The project has actually made me want to learn a lot more about music than I already know, because it's opened my eyes to see that not only music can be enjoyed by people watching it, it can also contain meanings, and the stories behind how the music was composed and how the music was actually created is actually quite a beautiful story.